Hey everybody, this is Nathan Freilich, co-founder of BreakthroughBroker.com, and this is a screencast review of the Zillow Premier Agent website that Zillow just rolled out a couple weeks ago. This is not a tutorial, so just so you know, but rather it's a review by me, a licensed practicing agent here in Colorado, and I just wanted to give other agents an idea what to expect and what I think of the product. In my opinion, I'm not overly tech savvy, just so everybody watching this knows. And another disclaimer, I'm not a Zillow employee, nor do they advertise on my website, BreakthroughBroker.com, or anything like that. So this is just my unbiased opinion. So as I get going here, I just want to let you know this is my site. This is the home page. It's got this film strip rolling, and I don't have a lot to show you right away. I just want to talk a little bit about the setup process. It was fairly easy. There's no overly complicated steps related to technical knowledge. There was no acronyms that I didn't understand. All of the questions they asked should be easily understood, even by agents who feel they've got a below average tech know-how. The setup was also pretty quick, so you should be able to get the basics started in an hour at the most, I would say. One of the great things about this, in my opinion, it is only $10 a month, and there weren't any hidden fees or catch. There's no setup fee, and there was no contract that I saw, so agents should be able to cancel at any time. There was a little extra work to set up the IDX, and for those of you who are not familiar with IDX, it's the sharing of the listing data from your MLS, which allows a third-party software provider to host a home search tool on your website. And because Zillow now owns Diverse Solutions, this subscription is included in the $10 a month, which in general is a very good value. If you build your own site and subscribe to Diverse Solutions, I think it's quite a bit more. I had a subscription at one point, and I think it was $99 a month. Now, in order to get the IDX set up, you do have to go through a couple of steps. You have to get a form, which Zillow provided to me for my MLS, which I have signed by my broker, and then I send it to my MLS, and my MLS lets Zillow know that yes, we are going to allow you to grab our listing data so that you can populate it in the search tool. Now, the one catch with this is some MLS systems charge their own fee for sending this data to Diverse Solutions, or Zillow in this case. For me, I'm on a system in northern Colorado called Iris, and they charge $20 a month. This is kind of a bummer because $10 a month is so cheap, and now I'm up to $30, but I still think that this is a nice site for that price. Here's what the form that I sent in looks like. Just for reference, your MLS has their own version. One nice feature about these sites is that you can choose a URL that you want without having to go to GoDaddy or another URL registration place and buying it and figuring out all of the settings to set it up for your site. Zillow makes it very easy. So what you do is, in one of the steps, they allow you to start testing different URLs. And here's mine. I chose FortCollinsRealEstateWins.com, and if the URL is not available, the site will tell you, and once you find one that works, it gives it to you at no cost, and they set it up, and that's a really fantastic feature in my opinion. I chose Fort Collins Real Estate Wins only because it's got the name of my city in the URL, and I know nothing about SEO, but I was hoping that that would increase search traffic at some point. So once you have your site going, you can explore some of the customization. This is what the dashboard looks like. The first thing that I started playing with was the appearance. You have 4 basic themes here, and all of which are pretty attractive in my opinion. You've got a large photo, a full width photo, and then this medium size, which is the one I chose, and a smaller one. Each of these themes also has a color scheme that you can choose. So there's a fair amount of customization there to find something that you feel like works with your brand. And then once you have chosen the theme, the other part that I liked was the ability to edit the home page slideshow. So I've already gone in and uploaded these pictures from stock or local photography that I had and customized the names. And I really wanted to give it a little bit of a local feel here, and then I've got another local sense here because it says things to do in Fort Collins. And these 5 pictures rotate through here, and it creates this right menu to the right of the image and a top navigation, which I think most people feel is pretty necessary for navigation style. Now, the next thing that I wanted to check out right away was the home search tool. I've used Diverse Solutions in the past, and I feel like their tool is robust. So I was looking forward to having it work pretty well. One odd thing, for some reason it populates Irvine here as a default location. I think it's meant to be an example for the user. I wish I could change that, but I don't think it's a big deal. So once a user inputs a city name, and their price range, they can choose beds and baths, obviously. I think this is a good mix of number of options, not too many and not too little. And then I'm just going to pull this up. Now, the very first time I pulled it up, it came up in this list view format. And initially I was kind of disappointed because I really think the map view is a progressive style that I've personally gotten good feedback from buyers and past clients. But I did find in the dashboard it's possible in your IDX settings to force the map view style to display right when your customer or potential customer gets their search results. This again I think is really nice. They can roll over. It gives them a great sense of the different areas, and then they can choose it. Now they've got a full access to all of the photos. This is loading a little bit slow for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. When they choose the photos, it does come up in its own pane. Good resolution, good quality. We always want to see good photos getting transferred over. Now they have the option to request more info and things like that. When they do that, it takes them down here to this form where they can put in their name, email, comments, etc. I will say the first bug I ran into when I tested this form by putting in my information and my email, I have not received that lead. And I emailed Zillow for customer support and have not heard back. It's been about 48 hours. So that is a little concerning. If someone were to be on my site right now and submit request info or schedule a showing, I don't believe I'd get that because I've tested it multiple times. One other thing to know about the home search tool, when a customer or potential customer gets here, they are going to be allowed to search for properties a certain number of times. And the default number for that, I believe, let me pull that up. So that default number of views someone can search for properties before they're required to register is 5. And they will be able to look at 3 different properties or some combination of that. The important thing about this, because people are passionate about whether or not they want their home search tool to be free, is that you can control it. So when someone tells you your site asked me to register, know that you can control this, or know that you can force people to register, which is an important feature as well if you're have an opinion that you want to lead capture a little more aggressively or that you think people should have to register. So this is about as far as I've gotten. I've created my profile, the About Me page. That was in the initial setup. So there's a bio here with a photo and an email me button. I have not tried that one. My company logo and so forth. I've been pretty happy with it. It's been easy to use. You can create pages, you can write blogs. You can customize the look of this homepage as far as getting rid of this quick property search or adding other widgets like this Colorado mortgage rates. And your blog post can be posted here in a string. I did a very short one that said Taste of Fort Collins is this weekend. Looked like the weather is going to be beautiful. I don't know a lot about SEO, but WordPress is said to have good architecture for SEO. One thing I do know about it, a lot of it is hard work. So if you put in the time and energy and blog and talk about communities and the place you live, hopefully you will start to see some organic traffic. This is the first part. Zillow does offer some training. I'm going to take that training, learn a little bit more about this site, and then do another screencast about future features that I learn about. If you have questions, thoughts, or feedback, I'd love to hear from our viewers to know if this was helpful for them. So I think that wraps this first part up. I hope you have a fantastic summer selling lots of property, and thank you for visiting BreakthroughBroker.com.